Okay, some info before the video starts. We're gonna do videos every Thursday from now on, or we're gonna try, we'll see how long it goes. And also this is kind of we're not doing parkour in this video, we just have some theory about how to build a class, a parkour class. So you can watch it if you're interested, or you can wait for next video next week, which is gonna be an action edit from Fredrik. So that's nice. We're just touching on some subjects in this video, so there's lots of more to touch on. It's just like the surface to look on that. So here's the video. Today we're starting the classes for this semester. Summer's over, we're starting classes, and I wanted to make this video to explain how we think about constructing the classes for the children we're teaching. So the first thing I will explain is why we are teaching, and then set some goals for our teaching. That's the beginning. So I'll start with drawing something you guys will see right now. So I believe the purpose of everything is to make as much happiness and good experiences as possible. So I'll just draw a happy face, which is purpose of everything according to me. Yeah, don't follow this exactly, because then you're like pushing down some negative emotions, and so just like it's a concept for this now, and we have to put this into something tangible so we can use it. So I'll put it into a philosopher's perspective for this, which I really enjoy, which is this triangle of what we need. The bottom one is the most important one, which is survival, you can say. I don't know how it's spelled. Yeah. Okay, I hope it's right. And then, like just food, you need basic stuff, and we cannot provide that in our teaching. That's you need to make your own career and building a house and stuff. But second most important, I would say, is having meaningful social interaction. And then the third one, I think, is health, which would be movement for our sake, because we can provide movement, but yeah. And then the top one is like your personal goal in life. So the bottom one is most important. We can't provide that, but then we'll go up and see what we can provide. And so this is important to acknowledge as a parkour teacher, that the social aspect, and there are things that are more important than movement and parkour. That's like you need to understand to begin with. So that's actually the top priority we're gonna put is from the social is an environment where we can have meaningful social interaction. And because it's children, the first goal is going to make them feel comfortable then in these classes, so they can express themselves. Okay, and then we have the health aspect, which is the one that many people turns to first, but it's not actually the most important, so we'll put that second. Yes. Then it's the most beneficial part about moving is moving a lot. So our goal is making them move a lot. Yes, this means if we create a long-lasting relationship, nice relationship to movement, that's one way of doing it. So enjoying movement. And then we have just in this very situation, we have just directly moving a lot is the purpose, because it's just because every time you, I don't know how to explain that one actually, but it's just what I say. So I guess those are the two goals we have for now, and then we'll go into depth later. We'll just start with those two. Movement. I'm gonna tell this directly to the children in the beginning of our first class, just so they understand this, how important it is, and make it simple. It's kind of harsh, but it's if you have if you're not moving, you're having less movement equals shorter life, which everybody should learn in school. I don't know if they do, and it's very straightforward and harsh, as the world is. And also, less movement additionally gives you more sickness. And altogether, in your shorter life, you have more sickness, which gives a lot less, uptime, or what to call it, time. So I think this is really important to tell the children, and then not be like, oh no, this is horrible and everything's bad, but bring it back again to what's good, which is if we have a solution, which is back to where we came from. If we find a way to enjoy movement, then we're reaching the goal, and this is not like a hard thing to get to, to get a lot of movement. It's the easy thing if we start to enjoy movement. So that's going to be the children's goal. This is going to be our goal, and this one, but we're going to put this as the children's goal, is to find a way to enjoy movement. So then we have a way to introduce this one to the children. Okay, I think I'm gonna cut this one here. Okay, we've gone through this one and put them on separate papers. This is what we came up with. So meaningful interaction, social interaction. We have this great game, throwing ball game, which is we throw a ball and say each other's name, which is great because they learn each other's name, which gives them better opportunity for social interaction later. And also this feels like social interaction because they get the option after a while to disrupt each other, which is good. Then they have options, and what they are doing is making a difference. Also, we want to make them have social interaction through parkour, because not having that is gonna build something else. We're trying to establish movement as part of them, and then they have to have social interaction through parkour. If they're just interacting about something else, then that's nice, but that's not what we're doing here. So therefore, we're not gonna go way into the games and ways they can affect everything and have a big say to begin with. We first have to establish what we are doing, the atmosphere, we're training and stuff, and then after a while we can go into giving them the freedom and the say and the expression in parkour. And yes, we're going to look into supporting each other also, enjoying another person's journey. And the other goal, which is moving a lot or enjoying movement, I guess we cannot make them move a lot. It's basically has to be up to them to move a lot. Therefore, our goal would be to enjoy movement. Then they would do it by themselves. So how do we make them enjoy movement? The two main things we're looking into now is feeling accomplishment. And the ways we're going to do that is through like breaking barriers, which is the most normal thing in parkour. We have more stuff, but I guess thinking about too much stuff is going to make the teaching harder for us. So we want to be present. Therefore, we have few things and few goals. And the ways we're going to do it is find challenges that they didn't think they could do, and they just like one bang it. That's like a nice feeling, and wow, I can do stuff. And the other one is overcoming, which is like finding a challenge that's safe to try, and they try it, they cannot do it, and then they have to work for it, and then they get it eventually, which is a great victory. But we wanna, it's tiring, it's very tiring for the brain, so we want to keep it down to 20% or less of the lessons. And also it's a skill to be able to go through this process of overcoming something. So we want to make it a short process to begin with. So it's like a 2-bang, or they get it the third try to begin with. And after a while we can introduce the longer process. So now we're going to look for ways to make them feel accomplishment through this. And yes, establishing what we're doing, like the social atmosphere, so we after a while can give them some ways of social interaction and expression. So now we're going to go outside and see our possibilities for teaching this. Nice. So we have all this stuff, this new stuff you can see inside. Oh, I'm going to try to point at it. I can't see it. There, yes, right there. We have all this new stuff in our hall, and still we're going outside. Why are we going outside? I'm going to tell you. So, it's like a big theme for training these days, that it's like training is belonging to a certain place, a certain time, and it's within this thing. And what we're trying to do with parkour is giving the training, movement, enjoyment of it to the children. And I've been to a class where the children had been training inside for a long time, and we were doing jumps over a fence, and the only thing they could focus on was like the I could have done this if I was inside, and then it was less enjoyable. So I think by teaching 2 big moves inside, you can do some, but not too much. If you're doing that, you're making them reliant on being out inside, because that's the only place they enjoy the movement, and then they're not gaining the freedom of exploring their environment and making their world a place for them to enjoy and be free. Which is, yeah, that's why we're going outside, looking for, I don't know, places we can go teach. Yes, exactly. Okay, we've gotten to a spot which is really nice, where we can play a game. And the thing about the game with progress is that if we're like saying everything they're gonna do, just teaching it, then they're not trying it themselves, which I think is important, them trying it themselves. So if we have a game with short instructions and lots of opportunities, and where they can find their way themselves, that's great. And this one is so easy that they can do it the first lesson. So the game is, we're gonna use these pillars, get from, yeah, you can try one time, yeah, nice, get from one side to the other side using 8 of the pillars. And then when you get to the other side, the world is drowning, which means one of the pillars is not to be used, so you can use 7 of them. And then 7, oh, you already skipped one, so that's, and then the game continues with it drowning again every time you get over, and then they've gotten the concept, so we don't have to manage them, but they're kind of already playing a game of their own, the first lesson, which is nice.